pages long. This is it, 3 little pages. That's the whole part in the Bible of this story. So it's a lot of things happening in a little bit of a story. What we're gonna do is I need you guys to stand up, and I need to make sure that you have some room to kind of move around. Do you have room to move around a little bit? Because the story that we're going to share, you guys are gonna listen carefully as I tell the story, and when I have an action word, you are going to do that. One day, a long time ago, God's word came to Jonah. And God said, Jonah, get up on your feet. Jonah, get up on your feet and take a trip to the big city of Nineveh. When you get there, talk to the people and tell them, I have seen the things that they have been doing, and it doesn't look very good. Good job, you guys. So Jonah got up and he went the other direction away from Nineveh. He was running away from God.
That's mean.
Right. And he ran so far that he came to the sea. And when he got to the sea, he paid for a ticket. He paid for a ticket. Get your money, pay for your ticket. And he got on a boat. Good job, Ria. He got on a boat that was going to take him as far away as he could get. When he was on that boat, God sent a storm of wind and rain. Wind and rain? Do we have wind and rain? Okay. All the sailors on the boat were scared. They were scared. Ah! They called for help. And they took all the things on the ship and threw it overboard to help lighten the load so the ship could make it through the storm. But you know where Jonah was? Mason, you want to guess? Where was Jonah?
Oh, I don't know. He was on the boat.
He was on the boat. He didn't get thrown overboard. He was on the boat down underneath, and he was asleep.
Like, I'm doing like this.
He was asleep. The captain went down to him, and he said, hey, get up.
Hey, get up.
Get up. And why don't you pray to your God? We need all the help we can get. And all the sailors, good job. All the sailors thought about why they had such bad luck and whose fault it was. And every one of them looked at Jonah. And you know what Jonah did? He told them his story. Jonah told all the people on the boat that he was running away from God. And he cried, and everyone cried out, what can we do? So Jonah, in order to save the boat from the storm, he said that he would jump into the sea, and when he did that, the storm would be finished.
Like a diving jump.
Yeah, he did. Perfect. Dive into the sea. And they rowed back. They rowed back to shore, and everything was okay. Now, what happened to Jonah? Mason, what happened to Jonah?
She hit land.
Jonah did hit land, but in a very strange way. God sent a fish to help Jonah as he was in the sea, and the fish swallowed him up and dropped him off on the land. And there was Jonah ending up and being thrown onto the land by the fish. And God wanted to use Jonah even more. And he asked, Jonah, get up on your feet. And I want you to go to the city, just like I told you to do before. And this time, Logan, Ben, Emily, and Rhea, and Mason, Jonah did not go the other way. He went straight on to the city of Nineveh.
But it's like God gave him courage.
Now, when he got to the city of Nineveh, he had a message for the people. And the people of Nineveh actually listened and they trusted what they were hearing from Jonah. And they all decided to go back and follow in God's ways, not in the things that they had been doing before that were not what God wanted to do. They decided that they would turn their ways around and follow the ways of God. They were thankful that God had given them another chance. Did you guys hear any in the story, the things that God did?
That God told Jonah to go to back to the city and tell everybody to follow him.
God is pretty busy at work in this story. Now, when God has love that he shares with people just to help them out, there's a special word for that. Do you guys want to hear what that special word is?
Yes.
I'm so glad you do. Okay, so the special word that we have when God uses his love, God's love to save and to share with people, that word is mercy. Can you guys say that word with me?
Mercy.
Logan, can you say that word?
Mercy.
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 Mercy. So that's good job, Emily. I was going to ask you next. Very special word. And it has a meaning that we can understand in this short little story in Jonah of God at work, saving
Like the
different
soul
people.
of you, like the God's soul. That God is giving his little bit soul from him.
That would be showing
Yep.
God's soul, don't you think, Rhea?
Yep.
So when we can forgive and still love somebody, even though they might be doing things we don't like, that is when we can show mercy as well to other people, just like God showed mercy to some of the people in this story. I'm really happy to see you. Okay, I'll see you next week. See you next week, and I'll see you on Sunday.